They took me back to a room, and then really quickly there were a lot of nurses and a few doctors. They got me fixed up. I mean, they didn't fix anything, but we put a nice big band-aid on it.
So you gotta breathe, 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 breathe. Let it go and let it be.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
We're both kind of on the struggle bus.
He said he feels like he got hit by a truck today.
Yeah.
Because yesterday was insane.
Yeah.
We had to rush to the emergency room, and thankfully it was just pain. Well, basically the lining of my lung is inflamed and rubbing or something that's causing the pain, but the pain is a lot more under control today.
Which we're super grateful for. I preached in the morning, and I didn't sleep much the night before, and then we rushed to the ER, and so like today I woke up and I was just like, I just feel exhausted.
Which makes total sense.
Yeah, we are, but in the midst of it all, Mary's blood sugar is super low at the moment.
I was just FaceTiming my mom, and I saw that my blood sugar was heading down, so I drank a juice box. And then it said, like you're going down again, or you're still going down. And I was like, that's weird, so I drank another juice box. And then it's like, so then I checked manually, and it was 51. So I was like, I'm gonna go try to figure out why this won't come back up. So I just drank a third juice box. I think one of the medications, the pain med, is causing me to go low, which we suspected a few years ago.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is proving. But my team switched my antibiotic.
So a delivery driver dropped off a package of meropenem, and we're upping the dose of Mary's vancomycin, and she needs to do IVIG.
And I need to do my fluids. So let me see what time it is. It is 4:10. Meropenem just finished. If I do an hour and a half of fluids, 5:30, and then 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. That's fine.
Oh, that's plenty of time, because the next dose is at 11.
And then at 12.
So you got a little bit of flex time, but you should start those fluids.
I'll start the fluids, make sure my blood sugar comes up. My mouth feels kind of numb, and my body feels kind of warm from being low.
Blood sugar is pretty low, so
I wonder, and kind of tingly.
We're gonna take care of this girl and try to get that blood sugar up. And
I think you should like chill out and watch a movie or something.
Oh, I was
You've been,
just
like,
almost
working.
sleeping on the porch.
Oh,
on
were
the porch
you?
couch, yeah.
Wait, did you have your eyes closed?
Yeah.
Good.
But then I came in and Mary's blood
Why
sugar
did you
was
come in?
Oh, I don't know. I just want to check on you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Peter said he saw a blue jay outside.
I did this morning. Have we told them the story of the blue jay?
You need to tell them.
Yesterday I walked out and there was a blue jay in the yard, and I think it was chasing other birds because they're not known to be very nice. But Mary and have we told this story? Okay, so the story of the blue jay. We've never seen one in real life in years. And then Mary was just talking about that. And we go on the trip to Duke when Mary got evaluated for a lung transplant. One day we walk out of our Airbnb while we're there at Duke. And there, it was the day, I think it was Wednesday, when it was a really rough day of the transplant evaluation, and we came home. I think this was what it was. We came outside and there was a blue jay in the tree outside of our Airbnb. And it was just like, I mean, they're beautiful birds, and it was a neat moment of enjoying the beauty of this bird. And was it Wednesday afternoon when we saw it?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah.
After we got back from rehab.
Yeah, so it was just like this sweet moment. We felt like that was a gift from God, that we saw that, and the birds were chirping in the trees, and it was a neat moment. So, that's the original story of the Blue Jay. And then we come, I feel like maybe I've told you guys this, but we come back from that trip and we're in Maryland. We're kind of making a pit stop for a couple days, visiting with family before heading back to Massachusetts after the Duke trip. And the day before we left Maryland, we got the call from the Duke transplant team and basically saying, for the future, you're kind of accepted as a patient in, like, we feel like you're a candidate for the future. And we had pulled over the car when Mary got that call, pop up that said Durham, and we're sitting in this parking lot, and there in a tree in the parking lot was a Blue Jay bird. So it was just like this sweet, like, twice in 1 week, all surrounding like hard things. And then I walked out of the house yesterday.
Well, there was one more after that you saw.
Yeah, I saw one. I can't remember when that was.
Was it when you flew down to buy a house?
It might have been.
And then when we left the hospital a week and a half ago, we pull out of the hospital parking garage, sitting at a stop sign in the city, and there's a Blue Jay.
And then yesterday, I walk out of the house and see a Blue Jay, and then the day turns into this crazy adventure of going to the ER and everything. Anyways, we like Blue Jays, even though they're mean.
Cow. What? Why they gotta be mean?
But they're beautiful. But so, anyways, that's Mary's getting hooked up to fluids right now. Are you still feeling tingly?
I think it's starting to come up.
Okay, so we're gonna have to. I feel like your port right now, like this afternoon, is like a high. Popular person, like a popular thing, and we have to like schedule out when drugs can be infused into it. And so
I have like sometimes thought I wouldn't need a double lumen. So some ports are two spots to stick a needle,
so
so two needles.
Two needles in, yeah.
Which that does not sound comfortable, but gotta do what you gotta do.
But yeah, in some scenarios that's really helpful. For mostly Mary wouldn't need that. Which if you had a Y on, you could do like your fluids and a drug.
Yes.
Probably. But
couldn't do two drugs. Most drugs can't go together.
Some can though. But like vancomycin can't go with a lot of things. And
they just have to be, flush your line in between.
Yeah. Apparently it like the drug reaction of vancomycin and other things causes it to crystallize, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's what they told me.
Crazy.
Crystals in your blood does not sound like a good idea.
Doesn't sound like a great idea. I don't know, never tried it though. So, alright, we'll see you guys later.
You guys remember our discussion about using medical things as everyday life and everyday life things for medical? I'm wondering if I can come up with a use for this, like these used IV supplies. This was just saline solution, so it wasn't like a medication or anything. And what I was wondering, because we have a trip coming up soon, which it looks like I'll probably still be on IVs, which I wasn't gonna be, but now I am, but IVs never stopped me from celebrating life anyway, right? So we're just gonna make the most of it. Or can I say you? Okay, so here's my thought. What if I fill this up with regular water, hang it by my plants, so like maybe like hang it beside this plant or my cabbage plant, and somehow set it to just do a slow drip so it doesn't like flood the plant, and then just stick this end in the plant and then hang this next to it. Would that work while I'm gone? I guess I could try it. I don't know if I said this, but the pain today is a lot more manageable. This morning, of course, the pain meds had worn off through the night. This morning, it hurt, but it wasn't as bad as it was yesterday. So the inflammation in itself is getting better. But then as I was waking up and coughing hurts it really bad. And of course you can't avoid coughing. So I took the pain meds, and then within about an hour, the pain was a lot less, much more manageable. It's like I still feel it, like it's still there, and I definitely wouldn't be able to like do PFTs right now. That forced inhale and exhale would hurt really, really bad. And there's a little gnat flying around. So anyway, I'm just feeling so thankful because hey, if you ask me, that pain, along with the help of the meds, is resolving faster than I could have imagined or hoped. So one day of excruciating pain, and really it was just kind of that first half of yesterday. I mean, it hurt all day, but like when it's manageable, that's manageable. But it was rough. When we got to the ER, they already knew I was coming, as my doctor had told them, and they were really, really sweet. I think they saw how much pain I was in, and I just really appreciated their swiftness. I saw like a little GIF or whatever of a race car pulling into the pit stop, and all those people swoop in around the car and like fix the tires or whatever they need to do. That's how it felt when I got to the ER. They took me right back to a room. My hospital doesn't allow CF patients to wait in a waiting room, which I'm really grateful for. That is something I will really, really miss about leaving this hospital. I appreciate the safety in mind with the lack of waiting rooms. But they took me back to a room, and then really quickly there were a lot of nurses and a few doctors all in the room, all around me, which was really, I was like, whoa, I did not expect that. But they were on top of things, and they got me fixed up. I mean, they didn't fix anything, but we put a nice big Band-Aid on it. Now I'm transferring the IVIG into the bag, and then I'll start it. Peter's back. You went to the grocery store. Peter!
Yep.
You want to say hi?
Hi guys, I'm making some salmon and sweet potatoes and asparagus on the grill tonight for dinner. Guys, I just got off the phone and I went outside with Ollie. Wait till you see this. Oh wow, I see it like reflecting off of the houses around. Look at this, wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, the camera's just not doing it justice. Hold on. Look at this night sky. Oh, it's getting brighter by the second. What do you think, Ollie? Is that the most beautiful sunset you ever did see? Okay, I feel like that sunset was one of those you just had to be there. But sometimes, guys, you guys know this, life is overwhelming sometimes. We live in a crazy world. We walk through crazy things, and it's full of unexpecteds. I remember when I was working on my Master of Divinity and life was crazy and Mary was in the hospital. I remember it was I'm trying to think when it was specifically, but it was I was taking a January class, and it was like one of these intensives, and Mary had to go in the hospital in the middle of the class, and it was like Hebrew translation, and I'm like learning this ancient language and feeling overwhelmed. And I walked outside, and beautiful seminary campus, we were living on the campus at the time, and I looked up and looked at the stars, and just it kind of helped me. Like, it was like one of those moments where God was reminding me that there's so much more than my overwhelmed state at the moment, and a reminder that the God who created all this walks with us in the midst of hard things. And it was just a really good moment for me to recalibrate and get some perspective. Every time I come out at night, I remember that day of feeling so overwhelmed and looking up at the sky and just letting my heart recalibrate. And anyways, Hope you enjoyed that sunset. He had to be there. But Mary's inside. She's doing her best, and I think today was a little bit of a recovery day. We're gonna wrap it up here for today and say, as always, we will see you tomorrow. Good night. And let's go say goodnight to the one and only Ollie boy. I know, he's the one you guys really show up for. Hey Ollie, let's say goodnight. Say goodnight to the people. You just keeping guard? Keeping guard. Good night, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.